Hello and welcome back to the Pop Report with myself, August Pappison. Joining me, as always, is Fulton Lee. Lee, how you doing, man?
What's up, bro? Doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm doing good, too. So, Lee, today we're going to start. I want to know, are you up on your slang that the kids are using these days? Maybe I could ask you this. Do you think you could name 6 out of 7 slang words that I give you?
Like, give you their meaning?
Yeah, and the fact that you didn't notice the 6 out of 7 reference makes me think the answer is no.
Okay, like I've heard the 6-7 thing, but I don't know what it means.
All right, let's talk about 6-7. How have you heard it? Your kid is too young to be using 6-7, right?
Well, yeah, but it's all over like social media and like I guess culture.
Yeah. I teach high schoolers, so I've heard it from them.
Right.
So 6-7 is most recently the thing that has set it afire most recently is this video of this kid, this like little white kid at a basketball game, where the camera comes in on his face and he puts his hands up and he goes 6-7, and that comes from a whole lineage of like pop culture slang stuff that started with a rap song called Doot Doot, where 67th Street is referenced. And then LaMelo Ball, a basketball player who is 6'7", became a part tied into this whole meme. And that's how it came to that basketball game, and that's how that kid got on video. But it's the video, it's just one of these weird videos that for some reason people get really into. And it's just a short clip of this kid going 6'7". And the truth is it doesn't really actually mean anything. It's like
it's just a vibe.
It's just a reference.
It's a vibe, baby. That reminds me of 1738. Were you hip to that in high school?
Not even a little bit. I don't even know what that means at all. What's that?
Same thing. That's Fetty Wap. I want you to be mine again, baby. That's like
we should talk about Fetty Wap at some point.
I love Fetty Wap, dude.
Is Fetty Wap still doing it? Still whopping?
I don't think so, and I don't know why, because he was just on a heater in like 2015, 2016, but that was his tag, like Lil Wayne's tag is like the lighter clicking.
Yeah.
And his was 1738. Oh, so vibey.
All right, so Lee, I'm going to give you some slang terms.
Okay.
And we're going to find out what you know and what you don't know, okay?
All right. Hit me.
All right, so I'm gonna start you off with let's start with an easy one here, okay?
Hit me.
And a classic, Riz.
Yeah, I know what Riz is, bro. I know what Riz is.
What is it?
Oh, Riz is. Well, they say it comes from the word charisma, but I've actually heard that that's just a coincidence. But Riz is swag. Is when you spit in game. You know what I'm saying?
I think Riz is a word that adults who heard that it was slang got really into, but no one actually really used all that much. Like in the wild.
Middle schoolers were using it like crazy for sure. For a while.
Do you think so though?
Oh, 100,000%. Dude, kids on Fortnite, like middle schoolers playing Fortnite, were spamming that word for years.
Okay. That's just a specific habitat of the internet that I only heard the echoes of it, of like 40-year-olds being like, the kids are saying Riz.
Yeah.
And in my head, it's like, I don't think they actually are. I think it's just a chance for people who, like myself, who don't hear a lot of slang to think that they know what the hot slang actually is.
No, you're just echo is the right word, right? It's like kids were saying it, and then like years and years later, it reached like the prehistoric people that are just so out of touch, and yeah, it's that's a bummer.
I think it's in my head, you shouldn't really try. Like, I'm old enough now that I shouldn't try to be up on the latest slang, right? You just have to appreciate it like a band you don't quite get. You just have to kind of like enjoy it for what it is, but don't try and get into it. Don't ruin it for the people whose moment it is, you know?
You know, I feel like I still come across a lot of content in my algorithm when I'm scrolling that is like of the younger generation in their culture. And so I kind of like see it and like I get it. Like I understand what it is, but I'm not around a community or people that do it. So I only see it online and I never have I would never like participate.
Yeah.
But that's just a result of my doom scrolling addiction.
You know, before we go to another term here, I will say I learned a lot of slang from you when we first met. Yeah, you had a cooler vernacular than I did.
That's VA, baby.
Because when we met, you were what, 19 or something like that, and I was like 23.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you another term here, cap, or no cap.
Now, cap is a regular part of my own vocabulary.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. Cap means you're calling BS, right? Like,
yeah.
If you told me that you could bench 500 pounds, I'd be like, cap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simple.
Was it in a song? Did you put it in lyrics in a song like last year?
Yes, I did. It's temperature. And
is it temperature?
Yeah. What's the intro to temperature? Oh God.
The banana.
Talking down on my name, yeah. They speak in all cap, baby, it's shameless.
Wow. I never knew what that meant working on the song. I remember hearing it and not knowing why would they be talking in all cap anyway.
Well, it's like, it's a double entendre. It's like they're speaking in all caps, but also they're speaking all cap.
All right, let me give you another one here.
That's a bar.
Tea.
Tea means a lot of different things. Mainly tea means like spilling the beans, spilling the tea, right? The gossip. Tea, you can also say like your body is tea, which...
Really?
Yeah, I feel like tea is becoming almost like a universal word where almost like slay, where tea is almost just like anything that is a hot commodity. Like gossip is like, it's hard to get it. It's like a non-renewable resource. That's tea.
How about aura? That's one I hear a lot. Aura.
Yeah, aura is exactly what that word means. It's vibe. It's what do you call it? It's your atmosphere. It is your personality, your vibes.
Yeah, my high schoolers, they'll use it very much like it's in a video game. They'll be like, if someone does something cool, they'll be like +10 aura.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah. All right. Let's see. Next up, we got sus.
Yeah, sus is suspect. That means like you're acting a little shady. You're being a little sus.
That one's pretty straightforward. How about simp?
Yeah, simp is basically like a beta male, if you will, like a wimp or a loser.
It's like someone who like tries a little too hard. They like if they have like a crush on someone, it's like they're not cool about it, Indeed.
Oh yeah, I do think it has to do with like being whipped. You're kind of like you're too attached to the wants and needs of your girlfriend or something like that.
Yeah. Dude, do you remember what was like slang when you were in high school?
A little bit. Yeah, I remember we used the term brick a lot. Like if something was an hour away, like, dang, that's a brick. We would say, I'm forgetting. There were so many.
Dude, this will tell you what kind of white bread high school I went to. I remember the first time I started using the word sick to mean like cool and awesome.
Yeah.
And it felt weird, right? I was like, I shouldn't be using this. This is not me.
Right.
Yeah. It was like too edgy to use the word sick.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I went to just a corn farming middle class high school.
I mean, I kind of did too, but I don't know. I guess just Virginia, I don't know. Maybe they just have a little more culture.
I still maintain that I think most of this slang, it's mostly for old people, and young kids don't actually use it that much.
Oh, you're totally wrong. You're 100% wrong. Just because you didn't use it in high school. Think about Jack Harris, who is our bandmate. He heard the term type shit like once and still spams it to this day and has infected me. And that's high school.
He has graduated from the class of people who are actually generating and popularizing slang.
I mean, he's
Jack
using
is
it
now
ironically.
recreational. Yeah, kinda. I think deep down in his heart, it's not that ironic, right?
Oh, it's totally ironic. It's just a joke. It's a complete joke. Like,
yeah, if you love a joke that much, where's the line between it being a joke and a little piece of your soul?
Well, it's called irony. It's like if I have a big Mickey Mouse T-shirt that I wear all the time, like that's a part of my sense of humor. Like, but it's
and you do have I believe you do have a Mickey Mouse T-shirt that you wear all the time.
I used to.
All I'm saying is this: if I had to rank the top 2 English words that I heard on tour the most over like a 2.5 month period, there is no doubt in my mind that the top 2 words are the word type and the word shit. And I have a hard time believing that was just kind of an ironic little joke. That was like a lifestyle Jack was leading at the time.
What is it if it's not a joke? What do you think he's doing?
Oh, no, I'm just saying I think he was bought in. I don't,
Bought in? Bought into what?
Using the slang. I think if you use it that much, you don't get to float above it and look down on it,
Every time he said it, I burst out laughing. Every single time.
It was funny. It was extremely funny. I'm not saying it wasn't funny.
Only meant to be like, I guess that's what makes it funny is that he's like saying it so much and it's like, he's like acting serious about it. It's irony.
Okay. Let's move on to our entree today. We're called the Pop Report because we're going to talk about elements of pop culture. Today, Lee, I want to talk about Pixar.
Okay.
Where Pixar used to be, where it is now, and what are your thoughts on its progression? Let me ask you this first to get us started. What were your OG kid Pixar movies that you liked, when you were a wee lad?
I was a big Toy Story guy. Yeah. I like Buzz Lightyear was that was like my superhero, like my I think a lot of kids latch on to the one character. Like my daughter's really into Elsa. For me it was Buzz Lightyear. I was Buzz Lightyear for Halloween. I had like the huge action figure that I would fly around the house. So yeah, it was Buzz. I liked Nemo a lot. Watched it a lot. You don't really have any of those like super cool, captivating characters in Nemo. It's more of like a great story.
Buzz Lightyear is like a boy's. It's because he's kind of like he's got like armor on. He's got wings. He's got a jetpack. He's a different. You can't get that with a fish. Unless it's a shark or something like that. You don't get that sort of like pure young boy enthusiasm.
And it's interesting that they chose to make Finding Nemo for that reason. All of the main characters were not very like action figurable, which to me, I can imagine a boardroom at Disney being like, "Oh, we can't sell enough merchandise for this movie." But I'm glad they did. I mean, it's props to them.
For me, Finding Nemo, I think is not my favorite, but maybe the greatest Pixar film.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement.
I could watch it every day now as an adult
Right.
and enjoy it every single time. Every character in that movie is funny. Every scene in that movie is funny. It's just a masterpiece, an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean, their first 10 movies were all 10 out of 10 not 10 out of 10 relative to each other if we had to rank them, but
right.
they're such masterpieces. Even like Cars. Cars is phenomenal. And you know that's like one of the more cheesier ones, but man, they're all so good.
They had this thing going that I don't think they really do anymore, and it was like they would sort of choose a theme, and the movies would be really based around that theme. And Finding Nemo is perfect because it's the ocean, right? It's like, all right, this is a movie that happens in the ocean. And then there was like Monsters, Inc. All right, this is a movie about monsters. Cars, movie about cars. And for kids, it gave you a very direct way to connect to the movie, right? And when you're an adult, you realize it's just a vehicle to like get a particular story across. And I think maybe that's an illustration of how things have changed. Like, and I think also a difference in how we feel about the more recent Pixar movies, because I know you're really into Inside Out, right? I
do like Inside Out, which has that same thing. Like they chose a premise. Which, oh, come on! They absolutely. It's the characters or the emotions inside of a child's head, versus something like what's it called? Is it Bruno? No. What's the one where they're like in the beach town? The new one?
I think one of them is called Bruno. But yeah, it's like Coco and Soul. So here's what I'm getting at that I think is different is that they essentially started telling stories about people and about humans.
Yeah, I mean that's I can see that.
And in my head, that is the dividing line between the great all-time masterpiece Pixar work and it's starting to just blend into like what's the latest animated movie, and it's just sort of ho-hum.
Well, because I agree, but I will cling with my life to the argument that Inside Out is before they crossed over to that spot. Have you seen Inside Out?
I have not watched it all the way through.
You've watched the beginning?
Oh yeah, I've seen like half of it.
Why did you turn it off?
Oh, just because I'm an adult and it's a kids movie, but not because it wasn't good. And I'm not saying that Inside Out isn't good. I think, and this just gets to the difference between us. I think it's how explicit, and it's kind of the premise of the movie that it's explicitly talking about emotions, right? Mm-hmm. And that's cool, but it leaves a distance with me that things like Monsters, Inc. or Finding Nemo or Ratatouille didn't. On those, I wasn't thinking about my emotions while I was watching it. I'm just in the story all the way through. And with Inside Out, it feels a little, I don't know, it's just a little too on the nose or something like that.
I mean, okay, I don't agree at all because you're an adult, so you can see clearly the themes and kind of the moral that they're trying to communicate. Like you're thinking about what this means about the anger in your mind, right? And like the joy character in your mind, and you're like, okay, it's a little, the message, the moral is a little on the nose. But Monsters, Inc. is doing the same thing. They're trying to tell children like, hey, monsters aren't scary. But when you're a kid, or like, you know, monsters aren't something to be afraid of. Like it's this like corporation, you know, it's this like thing. It's not like this big scary thing. But when you're a kid, you can't see into those morals. You just are taking in what's happening, and that's what you would do with Inside Out. And so you've watched Inside Out as an adult. You watched Monsters, Inc. as a child. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Yeah, I hear you. But I think in my head, I can watch something like Finding Nemo or Ratatouille and just enjoy the fishness of it and the ocean part of it. Or... the Parisian restaurant part, I can just watch that and have so much fun watching the execution of those, or I can really, dig into the emotional part of the story, and it's both of those things happening at the same time, and the levels that I think once you start telling explicit stories about, no, this is the part where we talk about who's sad and who's happy. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it becomes a little bit more one-dimensional to me and a little bit less fun and exciting.
But those characters were so... they weren't one-dimensional. They were multi-dimensional characters. Like, and, you know, you didn't see the ending, bro. Like, how could you not watch the ending? The ending has a huge twist that you don't see coming, and it totally shatters the idea that this is just joy, just sadness. This is what joy does, and this is, what happens when you feel joy. It's like you start to realize that, these emotions need each other, and joy actually can't carry the ship. It's actually not good to feel only joy all the time. Like, it's deep, and the fact that they were able to take that message and personify those characters and give Joy, who should be a completely one-dimensional character, so much depth. And she goes on this whole journey and has a development of character and meets other characters that she has to let go of, and like all of these things. It's masterful. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm willing to acknowledge that, and I'm also, as a grown ass man, I'm gonna watch Inside Out all the way through.
Hey,
I'm gonna spend time to do that, and I'm gonna get back to you. Let me just leave you with this.
Okay.
I think you're probably right in that Inside Out was the marker of that era of Pixar movies that were like masterpiece after masterpiece after masterpiece.
Right.
But it also represented a change in how they kind of were conceptualizing movies to really be about people. And since then, granted I'm not 10 anymore, but since then they haven't really, it's been a little bit of a slow decline into, kind of a shoulder shrug, franchise, instead of, it used to be like the next Pixar movie, I'm there, right?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, and I never would have thought of that like they're no longer exploring fantasy worlds anymore.
Yeah. And like, how hype would you be if they announced, okay, the next Pixar movie is, I don't know, The Jungle, like, or, it doesn't have to be that, but you know what I mean? It was like a very specific, stylized, not just a guy being a guy thing. I would be hype. I really would.
Yeah.
As as an adult.
Yeah, it's a great point. And I mean, why do you think they did that? And do you think it's just a result of kind of the state of the entertainment industry, streaming? Do you think they were trying to follow the adults, like follow the people that were kids during Finding Nemo and like follow them into adulthood?
That's a really good question. It might be that coming up with an idea like Finding Nemo is actually incredibly hard.
Yeah, they might have just ran out of ideas.
Right. Yeah. It's like, to us, it's like, yeah, make a movie about fish, and here's a movie about fish. But for them, it's like a 15-year investment. Right. Where it has to work. It must work, or it's years and careers, and they all end if it doesn't. And like, there are only so many of those ideas. Like, even when I'm trying to think about one, like the fact that Ratatouille is about like a French kitchen, that only seems sensible because it's been made and it was made really well. If you had come to me and said, hey, imagine a movie about a rat in a kitchen, that's incredible. I couldn't have just come up, like, it's harder than just coming up with a single idea. And it might be that when you talk about people, the stories and how to build a story around a person is just more immediate. And as a planning team, you can just conceptualize it more efficiently. And, it might just be a smoother process.
Yeah. And, I'm sure that they were like viewing all sorts of extremely sophisticated data on what consumers want.
Right.
Like, I'm sure they weren't just like, well, it's easier to make people movies. Like, they probably had focus groups, and they probably had, extremely detailed pictures of the kinds of movies that are successful in the current day. And like, the tides are turning. People are more interested in stories about X instead of Y. And, at the end of the day, they're trying to strike the culture where it wants to be struck, so I'm sure that they have like a really good finger on the pulse of that. But they also, like with everything, are trying to release movies more frequently, because before it was like only every like 6 years or maybe 3 years, and now they kind of have one every year. But what did you think of Soul? Did you see it?
I was bummed, man.
Really?
I was bummed because it was about jazz.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I have jazz is a big part of my musical life. I'm not a, professional jazz musician, but I am like a jazz piano hobbyist. And it's a lens through which I learn and understand music. And when I heard that the next Pixar movie was going to basically be about jazz piano, I made the mistake of getting my expectations as to what it should be way different than what it was. And it really, I didn't make it through. Not that it was bad. It was a great movie, but I was expecting it to be about jazz piano the way Finding Nemo was about fish, and it just wasn't. And that's okay. The problem was my expectations, not the movie itself.
Yeah, the movie was very much about death.
Very much about death.
Jazz piano was just a side dish,
My hope was that it was going to be a movie that like kids would watch and want to learn like the basics of jazz piano or something, because it's so cool hearing someone like play beautiful music, and it is a little bit of that.
Right.
But not to the degree that I had hoped. So Soul, and it was kind of the ultimate like deflating, like, oh man, this is tough.
It's like that was such a mature kids movie.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me, one of the things that makes me wonder if they're trying to target adults at this point.
I'm here for it. Please target me, I still love Pixar movies.
Well, but that's the thing.
I will spend money on going to see a Pixar movie for sure.
They weren't targeting adults when we were kids. They were targeting kids, and we were so captured by those movies, and now we're adults. We still love Pixar, and they're still trying to pander to us, but like...
Yeah, we are the problem. That's what you're saying. We're just a hard puzzle to solve, right?
Yeah.
It's us.
Yeah, but when I watch Soul, there are lots of movies. Like I just watched the movie for the first time, There Will Be Blood. Have you seen that movie?
Oh, I love it. I love that movie.
Wow. Very dark. But a masterful film. It's one of those things where it was like, I watched the movie, I appreciated the mastery, I kind of absorbed the message, if you will. Mm-hmm. It impacted me in the way it impacted me, and then I like moved on, and I don't think I'll watch it again. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's because the the movie wasn't super like sexy. It wasn't like trying to dazzle me. It didn't give me like quotable moments necessarily. It wasn't microwavable. It was a message, and
yeah,
it's Soul almost in like the kids movie equivalent. Reminds me of that, where I watched it. I was like, wow, that was great. And what they did with the story was really cool. What they did with the animation was super cool. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that I'll ever watch it again. Like when I finish Monsters Inc., I'm like, I'm going to throw on that movie next week, because it's something about it. It's like a catchy song or something. It's so magical. Soul was like, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is between those two things.
I think it just represents it's a normal movie. That's what it is. And Pixar didn't always feel like normal movies. They felt special.
But why was it normal? Because it wasn't just about people. It was about ghosts, and like, there was some really cool scenes in there where like the little spirits are like in their spirit world like that. It was cool. So what do you think is the difference?
Because in my head, it's because there's been kind of a run of movies like that. Like it's from my perspective, it's close enough to Inside Out, and the way that's sort of conceptualized, which you got a person, and even Coco, they did the same thing. It's about ghosts talking to you. You start to get this thing of like people and their inside world and their communication with it, which is fine. It's not my favorite thing, but it's fine. And I can think of like 3 or 4 Pixar movies that have kind of done that right in a row. And that feels a little, it feels like we're ready for something explosively different from that in my head anyway. Lee, I would love to talk another time about There Will Be Blood, because Paul Thomas Anderson is my current favorite director in the whole world.
Oh, let's go.
And that movie being an important part of his work. But let's close it out today. Okay. Our discussion of Inside Out, me not liking it and you liking it, I think is a good a good lead into how I want to close out today. So, as you know, Lee, I like to drink the Haterade.
Indeed.
Recreationally.
Indeed.
And I think one thing I really appreciate about you is how you can always find the positive things about which I'm hating on. So, our last segment for today, it's going to be called Am I the Asshole? Okay?
All right.
I'm going to read you some things that people do that drive me nuts. And I want you I want you to tell me if I'm just being an asshole or if these are legitimate complaints.
I love this. This is amazing.
Okay. Number 1. People who drive me nuts, people who use leaf blowers.
Okay, why? Is it just because it's loud?
They're friggin' loud and they accomplish nothing. They do nothing. Leaves, doesn't matter if you blow them, 5 minutes later, they are going to be blown right back, right?
Well,
like
aren't
I can
people
appreciate
blowing them into a pile so they can rake them into a bag?
Almost never.
Oh, really?
Basically never. It's essentially just there are leaves on my sidewalk and I don't want leaves on my sidewalk. Let me fire up a combustion engine with a fan on the end of it and annoy everyone in my neighborhood for the next 17 minutes blowing leaves that are going to get blown right back on.
Do you have does lawn care matter to you? Do you care about what your lawn looks like?
I love lawn care.
Oh.
Mowing lawns is one of my favorite. I grew up mowing lawns, one of the most satisfying things you can possibly do. But you're achieving something, right?
But
a leaf blower represents just human wastefulness and...
But you don't want the leaves on your yard. You want them off of your yard.
But they're going right back. They're going right back.
Well, those specific leaves aren't going right back, but more leaves might fall from the trees.
All right, we're chalking this one up as I'm just an asshole.
Yes, okay. If I had a gun to my head, I think you are an asshole. Yes.
Okay. All right. Number 2. People, and I just want to clarify, I don't think these make people bad people. If you do these things, keep doing them. Just know that I'm like punching my steering wheel in my car somewhere. Okay. Number 2. People who, when you stop at the stop sign, wave you through whether or not you got there before them.
This is literally somebody being nice.
You would think so, right? I think in their head, they think they're being nice. But here's what they're actually doing. So we all went to driver's ed, right? We all learned what to do at a stop sign, right? Whoever gets there first goes. If I'm sitting there waiting for you to go and then you decide to be a traffic cop and wave me through, it's just you trying to feel like a good person and like patting yourself on the back for having done a nice thing that day. When all you did was you slowed me down by not going first.
Did they though? Well, I mean, aren't you probably getting through like a couple milliseconds faster?
Here's how it goes. You get there and you have the little short staring contest.
Right.
And at this point, they should already be driving. And then they decide to let you go. And they wait to see, like, I never give a thank you wave. Never. I couldn't, because they make me so angry. Why don't we just we all learned in driver's ed what to do at a stop sign.
Well,
just do what you do
maybe they need to like reach into their glove box for a second and grab something and they're stopped and they want to take advantage of being stopped, but they don't want to make you wait for them to finish reaching in their glove box, so they're going to wave you on. Is that reasonable?
It's just people who think that they're such amazing people that they're going to let you go first.
Okay. Wait.
Okay. I'm an asshole twice.
You are
dude, I got a whole list.
You're way more of an asshole for this one. Way more. Oh yeah, okay. Oh. When you're saying they just think they're trying to be like the greatest person, isn't that what motivates anybody to be nice? You're like trying to be a good person. Isn't that an admirable thing to do?
But it's in the context of a setting where there is something you are supposed to do. And the thing that you're supposed to do, it keeps everything flowing smoothly. And it's not about you becoming a traffic. You are like taking on the role of a police officer with a stop sign.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're just being a nice guy.
I'm an asshole. Okay. Next one, dude. I got a whole list.
Okay.
We're gonna have to save some of these for next episode because
Go ahead.
I got a gang of these. Okay. People who buy large sugary drinks in single-use plastic cups. Drives me nuts.
Okay. Give me one way in which this impacts you.
Just in my own head.
So 0.
Just in my own head.
So 0.
Yeah, in a literal way, it has no influence on me, for sure. But like, what are we doing? Like, it's the worst thing you can possibly put in your body is like a Starbucks like Frappuccino. And like, I'm not the biggest tree hugger in the world, but yeah, some porpoise is gonna wear that as a hat for the rest of its life because you really needed that like 14-pound sugar bomb from Starbucks. Drives me nuts, dude.
So, okay, so you're upset that they are not treating their body well. So,
yes.
Maybe there's a concern for their well-being coming from you that in some weird twisted way is manifesting as anger towards them. And then there's also the environmental side.
The thing is that those sugary drinks, they're truly unnecessary. Like if someone buys a meal in plastic, okay, I get it. That's fine. But a sugary drink is like a roller coaster ride for your mouth. It's pure fun. You know it's bad for you. And you just, so what you are putting, the plastic you're putting into the environment was just purely a result of your own desire for like mouth pleasure for like 2 minutes.
So
and that bothers me.
Let's say, because it is reasonable for somebody to want a roller coaster ride in their mouth sometimes, right? That's not intrinsically just a bad thing to do, right? We're entitled to a tub of ice cream if we want one, right? Life, you can have fun in life. So if Starbucks served their drink in a reusable metal cup, would all of this go away for you, or would you still be upset?
It would immediately go away.
Okay. So it's really the core of it's the environmental side of it.
The core of it is, and you got to realize I was raised by, lefty hippies.
Uh-huh.
And every time I see like a little piece of plastic going out to become a part of the world, I like shed a single tear.
Mm-hmm.
And it's when it's combined with someone's kind of like impulsive desire for something like super sweet that they know is bad for them. That drives me crazy. Okay, I'm an asshole thrice.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you one more. All right. White guys who refer to other white guys as brother.
Oh my God.
Can't stand it. Or brother. Doesn't matter if it's an ER or an A.
You are out of control.
That doesn't bother you at all?
I do that. I call people brother all the time. Are you trying to say that the term brother is exclusively to be used for black people?
No. Only in certain situations.
Yeah, go ahead and elaborate there.
No, I'm not the final police on which folks should be using which words. All I'm saying is that it just annoys me.
Okay, but we need to find out why. I want to know why.
I think it's because it's like it's like the only form of cultural appropriation that actually gets under my skin.
But okay. Let's really think about what the term brother, like, is it some kind of like foundational piece of African American culture that shouldn't be used elsewhere because it's disrespectful?
No.
Okay, so it's not that deep.
This is personal taste. I don't think it's bad in the way in a literal sense.
Okay.
It's like
it's just annoying.
It just bugs me.
It's corny.
It's okay. That's a great way to put it. I think it's corny. and it's not about policing what race can say what thing. But when certain races say certain things, it is definitely cornier in certain situations.
But it probably has a lot to do with context, because I have, without question, called you brother probably hundreds and hundreds of times, and I doubt you've ever noticed.
I don't think of you as someone who does. I think there's a way of saying it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's just a white guy saying the word. I think it's like a, I don't know, a delivery, an aesthetic.
Yeah, I think it's a certain, and man, I don't know if this is a stupid thing to say. I think it's a certain soulfulness that people put into it. That.
Can you give me an impression of that?
Yeah, and I'm going to do an impression of my high school band director, because he was the one who said it all the time. Mm-hmm. And he'd be like, all right, see you later, my brother.
Okay.
And it would just hurt. It would hurt on the inside. It just struck me as being fantastically corny.
Yeah, of course.
And maybe it's the my brother thing.
Yeah, I feel like that was a turn of phrase that was particularly popular in like the 70s and 80s. That almost reminds me of like 90s hip hop, like a boop bop bop to the roller rink and I'm moving up down to my brother and them. Like there's like a kind of. It evokes just like that corny, like almost era. Like there's an era attached to it, as where if you ran into somebody that was like, "Yo, my brother, like, what's good?" Like, it's not the same thing,
Well, Lee, I don't know why in my head I didn't think I would just get the asshole moniker for all of these before we did. I was like, oh yeah, some of these he'll agree with me. So
okay, well, that one. In some of it, we might just need some more detail, because like this last one, your impression, I was like, yeah, that guy is a dweeb.
Yeah, okay.
And or like in my mind, I'm like, dweeb alert, like when I hear that. Right. And I can see that. I can get behind that. But it was the word corny that really unlocked.
Yes. I realized I was dipping my toe into troubled waters for a moment there.
Indeed, you were.
You cast me a life vest with the word corny, and that is truly what I was feeling and not getting across well.
Yes, and I think the rest of them, you're asshole. I'm trying to find the good in like the Starbucks drink thing, but I can't.
That's okay. I can accept that. And I just want to let people know that if you do any of those things, keep doing them. It's just
because August finds it really fun to hate you.
It's not you, it's me.
And that's well put, well said.
All right, Lee, this has been fun, man. I'll catch you next time.
All right, big guy. All right, brother.
If anyone wants to, how dare you? If anyone wants to join the conversation, you can do so on the Fulton Lee Discord. But until next time, I'll see you later.
Peace.
Peace.